Hello, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, and with the DSA Virtual Spirit Week, today is Wellness Wednesday. So I am wearing my workout shirt because I will be getting my heart pumping today. And remember that we're still working on this story, Flat Stanley, and we're going to keep reading today all the way until Friday so that when you get your surprise in the mail on Friday, you know what was going on. So excited for you to see it. So let's go back to the story. Remember, Flat Stanley, it's by Jeff Brown. So the last thing we learned on Monday and Tuesday was that Stanley became flat because of that poster board that landed on him, but he enjoyed helping others being flat, and he went to go visit his friend, and remember they mailed him in that really big envelope. So now let's see what happens next. It's something with the kite. So it says here that his dad was always scared crossing the street with Stanley and Arthur, but now that Stanley was flat, he can roll him up without hurting him and hold Arthur with the other hand. What? Let's see the picture so you can see. Just like this. Look, he rolls him up and he doesn't have to worry about him crossing the street. So one day the dad was walking down the street with Arthur and Stanley, and he thought his dad's friend went up to him and thought he had bought new wallpaper. But silly, no, it was just his son Stanley. You can see here he rolled himself out and said hello. His brother didn't like that he couldn't be flat like Stanley because he didn't like walking, and Stanley, remember, wasn't walking because he was rolled up. He was very jealous. So Arthur one night tried to make himself flat. I'm going to show you the picture now. You can see it. Look at him, very angry. He tried himself flat by putting really, really big books on him because he wanted to be just like Stanley. Stanley felt bad for his little brother, so they went to the park alone one Sunday, to spend some time with each other. They saw lots of older boys flying kites, and Arthur wished he had a big kite like the other boys. So Stanley had a great idea. He got some string from someone who had a broken kite, and he tied it to his body and said, "Arthur, look, you can use me as a kite." He attached the string to himself and gave Arthur the spool to hold. Stanley soared into the sky and everyone watched him. Look how cool! He's using Stanley as a kite. Everyone loved it, and so did Arthur. He was so happy. But then he had new friends, and they went up to him and asked him to get food. So they went to go get hot dogs. And Arthur forgot about Stanley. Oh no. And the wind started blowing so hard that Stanley got stuck in a tree. Look at this. Look at his sad face. I would be upset too. Arthur ended up saying sorry that night, but Stanley was still upset. So let's see. Tomorrow we're going to figure out what happens next in the story. We're getting close to the end. I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday.